Greetings, Vikings, to another episode of Vagrus, the Riven Realms. The last time we fought a few undead, we managed to save some legionnaire who is part of some great, strong, powerful military sect, cult, whatsoever of this whole realm. They are the elite, and they are the law, so they claim. And we treated his wounds. We are now on the same path towards Avernum, if I remember correctly. And well, let's see how the journey will end. We're right in front of a camp. What does these say? 100% failure, all of them. So we're not gonna do any of those. Rations. We still have enough rations for 5 days. We're gonna stay nutritions. We're gonna make half rations. Yeah, we're gonna have to pay them later. They're still eager, although not very happy. Post no guards. We do want guards. And toggle medical supplies. Do we want medical supplies? Yeah, let's use medical supplies. Let's use that. March movement points in red. Let's end the day. Yark and Morven got 1 vitality back. There was no forging, no hunting, no nothing. Traverse leadership perks is required to unlock. I see. So we're moving up to this point. The whole Comitatus becomes agitated as a dust cloud appears out of the east, starts to move towards you. You give orders to your crew to prepare for a dust storm. Such a thing is fairly common out here in the border of the Searing Plains, and you should have little trouble traversing it. Make the necessary arrangements and head on south. After half an hour, your cloud is much closer and it's now certain that it will cross your path. By then everybody is wearing protective masks and bandanas, and all the cargo and equipment are secured. Javik is riding a large beast of burden, having fastened himself to its back. Deep in concentration to maintain the calmness of older animals with his telepathic skills. But something is off. An uncanny twilight is setting on broken plains around you. It is much too early for sunset, and the storm itself should not blot out light in a summer manner. And then you hear it chanting. Chanting on the wind. A pale light at the heart of the storm, heading your way. You see the faces of a crew slowly becoming disordered in panic. Try to find a hiding space. Unlikely that is made to be out in the open. You're just about to give the order when Sedaris walks up to you. What is this meaning of this, Vagrus? There's no need for such a desperate act. It's just a dust storm. You tell him quickly about your previous encounter with the last pilgrimage. Nonsense! The chances of pilgrims would show up again are... Sedaris trails off as the twilight falls upon the Comitatus and the dust cloud envelops you all. There's no time to flee or hide, so you signal everyone to draw weapons and stand at the ready. Some of your crew tremble, some are praying, and some are about to break, but not Sedaris. The knight walks towards an approaching apparition, as if being possessed by death wish. You can see Javik throning and sweating in concentration, no doubt trying to combat your beast's instinct to flee in utter terror. In a few moments you can hear the chanting and see the ghastly pilgrims clearly through the dust-certain, desiccated forms in faded robes shuffling around the broken terrain, or rather over the terrain somehow. As is floating at a rapid pace, their vacant faces are illuminated by a dreadful pale light that emanates from your hollow insides. You are paralyzed by terror. Blurred images enter your mind, visions of horror, procession of living dead wearing faded robes. You walk among them. You are one of them. Is this the end? Before they could reach you, the spectral pilgrim turns left and heads south along the dried out riverbed. Without any apparent reason, it takes your mind with a few minutes to comprehend that unusual mercy has been granted to you and your crew. The last pilgrimage marches on, slowly disappearing into the crackled badlands, beyond taking that ghoulish twilight and dust storm with them. What the F? Okay. It takes a good few moments for the crew and yourself to come to your senses. Did this truly happen? What was the reason, and if, for any spectral troop to change direction at the last second? How can I explain that they appeared again after such a short time? Maybe it has to do with the package that we got. Sergorod is with us. This is an omen, if I have ever seen one. My destiny for retribution against the enemies of the Empire must be the reason why these horrors let us be. You swallow and nod. You are not certain why this happened, why it did. Rest assured, Vagrus. As long as you have me by your side, no harm will come to your commentators. Remember that. Darius walks away, signaling the line to move along. We got insight, okay. Still rattle, you move along the line, assuring everyone that the danger is past. With the commentators moving, you join Javik on the top of the largest beast of burden, but you barely talk. You have never heard of anyone encountering the last pilgrimage twice. Somehow, you do not feel blessed, haunted, more like. After an hour or two, you and your crew fall back into your travel routines, and tonight all this will seem much less terrifying. In fact, you should be grateful for avoiding certain death at the hands of those accursed things twice in a row. Hopefully they don't come a third time. Sorry. All good things are 3 times, right? Let's keep moving. Oh, there's Avernum. There is Avernum. Let's make camp here. Yeesh. We still have to pay them later. We gonna give them a good munch of food. Consumption. Yeah, let's let 100% consumption. Let's give some more. No, let's not. What? Yeah, let's lose medical supplies. And what about these here? There are a good chance to bring something in. Let's do that. They foraged some food, and Morven got 1 battalion point. Let's move up to Avernum. And let's move. We'll have to rest 1 more day. So there we go. And last but not least, we are reaching Avernum. The Commandant climbs a broken ridge, and everyone stops for a moment to take in the visage of Avernum, nestled atop and around of a range of large hills on the horizon in the southwest. Chimneys for the city's many forges and smelters cast a dark shadow over it, while the lava field beyond the settlement provides an intense reddish glow as a backdrop. Several crude roads meander among the hills here, probably leading to the mines and quarries you had passed during the last day or so. Time for us to part ways for a while, Vagrus. The voice of Sidaris makes you jump a little. For a large fellow wearing heavy armor, he managed to creep up on you without a sound. He's standing beside you, gazing in the horizon. I have to make my way into the city alone. My reasons are my own, but before I go, I have a proposition for you. His voice's stature tell you that there's no much point in arguing. You are well aware, of course, that my contingent was betrayed and ambushed out in the wasteland where we met. During our track back, where I have come to the conclusion that whoever betrayed us has to be someone involved in the investigation I led in Avernum before setting out from the city. even though I have some ideas where to start looking for traitors. The implications of this despicable betrayal are too severe to attempt to meet it head on. I require secrecy and guile. Most of my remained allies in the city and I are too easy to track or recognize, and those responsible could easily make evidence disappear if I'm revealed to be alive. Someone else has to provide that guile for us. After a short pause, he looks you into the eye. What I mean is that you friend the mage, and the rest of your crew could be vital in finding the culprits and bringing them to justice. The Empire needs your help, Vagrus. What exactly do you want for my help there? I need someone who is not known to have cooperated with our previous investigations, and is not associated with me publicly. I needed someone to spy and suspect officials and criminals while I coordinate the investigation from a hidden base of operations. You, Vagrus, and your crew fit the requirement perfectly. Additionally, you have proven yourself resourceful, and those since we met. What exactly implies that betrayal? It implies people in high places, Vagrus, possibly the highest in Avernum. It may be that officers no small importance in the city were corrupted, but we do not disheartened. Sirgarat teaches us such a vile sin must be rooted out no matter how it reaches, and no matter the cost. Nevertheless, this must be approached with caution and a certain kind of secrecy. Dan and my allies do not possess the jurisdiction. Agree to help him for the Empire or for gaining powerful friends. Well, having friends might not be a bad thing, so let's do that. Cedric seems somewhat surprised, perhaps disappointed even for a brief moment. Then he flashes what passes for a smile on him. Very well. I was indeed nurturing that hope that you'll be willing to aid the Empire in this perilous predicament. We'll struggle side by side, just like we did near the Voiceless Lady, Vagrus. And I can assure you the Order of the Black Sun does not forget loyalty and dedication to the Empire. He slaps you on the shoulder. Now let's part away and follow the plan. So what's the plan? The plan for now is to make your ways into Avernum separately, and that you won't be associated with me at all. Rest assured that although they do not expect my return, the traitors will be informed at once I had turned up the city gates, so I have to find an alternative way in. I will send for you once I'm settled in. Someone trustworthy shall appear and guide you to me. We'll talk about our tasks there. You ask him about the belongings of his former comrades the night 4 rounds. That might be complicate matters somewhat. Take their holy symbols to the Temple of Sirgarat quietly. You can get rid of the weapons as you see fit, but I forbid selling them at the market. It will draw too much attention to you, and we do not want to do that for now. Tadaris pierces you with his gaze. I sincerely hope I can trust you with this, Vagrus. Woe betide you, and if you do not comply. With that, he takes his leave, and Ewan waits for his signal the Commandant to move forward. The knight remains behind to find his way into the city on his own. A quarter of an hour later, Sedaris is only a speck on the horizon, and you're rapidly approaching the Avernum. Sedaris was removed from the commentators.
Dark omens. Ominous apparitions of an otherworldly covenant of spectres, a grim night out for vengeance, time and coin running out slowly. Yet against all odds, we journeyed to the city of Avernum on the Smoulderbone Flats, a place bustling with travellers, merchants and lowlifes. It was supposed to be a short stop on our way east, but we got more than we bargained for.
Is that so? Oh my. Oh my! And since time is short for me, sadly, I would say I'll leave you with a very nasty cliffhanger here. And what happens in the Avernum and what awaits us next, well, that we shall find out in our next episode of Vagrus the Riven Realms. Have an amazing day, dear Vikings. Bye-bye.